Before I start with the resolution analysis, a quick recap on what happened from start to finish of Lord of the Flies.
A plane crashes into an island and we meet the two main protagonists, Ralph and Piggy. Using a conch shell, Ralph assembles the boys. We now meet the two main antagonists, Jack and Roger, as well as the deuteragonist, Simon. They form a government system and Ralph decides to use a bonfire to try to contact nearby ships. Conflict arises between Ralph and Jack when Jack abandons his post at a bonfire to go hunting. We watch the boys hunt down a beast before Simon realizes the beast is in all of them. Then he's killed by the boys who think he's the beast. Now the group splits up with Ralph and Piggy trying to return to being civilized and Jack's troop becoming almost insane. When Ralph and Piggy go back to make a deal with Jack's hunters, Roger pushes a rock on Piggy and they burn down the forest in an attempt to kill Ralph.
Pretty brutal for a bunch of kids. So the book ends with Ralph being rescued by a naval officer, which is really ironic considering this entire book is based on these boys in their own personal war. I mean, honestly, Ralph has just escaped one war only to be carted into another one. If you go online and search up anything about the resolution of Lord of the Flies, they'll say it's about humans and their natural inclination towards either civilization or savagery. And of course, Ralph represents civilization and Jack represents savagery because that's the way protagonists and antagonists work. Yes, we get it. They are opposites. Thank you for such a keen observation. So if this is true, then you can say all the rest of them are also some sort of warped representation of certain parts of a human. The death of Simon is the death of good, the death of Piggy is the death of rationality. In fact, right before Piggy dies, Ralph actually begins to lean more towards darker intent. But what if it isn't exactly the end of rationality? What if Golding put this scene here to show that Ralph isn't completely good? I mean, he did attack first. As I was saying, humans aren't just completely evil or completely good, even though that's how they're commonly depicted in books. We've all been taught to believe that Harry Potter is good, Voldemort is evil, Katniss is good, Snow is evil, just like how Ralph is good, Jack is evil. So is the theme just good versus evil again? Countless sources say it's about humans in it evil and how civility is only there because it's been enforced on us as we're growing up. But if we look at it that way, Jack's representation of evil is literally nowhere. Yes, he does set up some obstacles for Ralph. Yes, he does show more evil intent than Ralph. But no, he is not a physical representation of evil. Okay, we assume Jack isn't a physical representation of evil. Then what's the main theme of the book? What was the purpose of those 256 pages? I've had several ideas about what different aspects of the book could mean. If you really look at it though, everything in this book is mirrored some way or another. Ralph is the boy who has some sense but doesn't exactly want to be a leader. Instead, the boys push him towards being a leader. Jack is the boy who doesn't have much sense, but does want to be leader. We can see, starting from the beginning until the end, everyone's reluctance to follow Jack. Poor Jack, am I right? But he isn't the only one who craves power. Piggy, our protagonist's sidekick and commonly labeled as logic and reason, has also shown he's craved power every now and then.
I've got the conch!
This just shows the part of the mirror that flips the image. Piggy wants power, but he's downtrodden so much, when he finally uses his strength to take power, he's instantly overpowered again. Jack, on the other hand, as we see here, has stricken fear into so many people they're scared of what will happen if they don't follow him. This still isn't the only mirror image. A quick review on mirrors, they reverse things. The entire plot line is reverse evolution. A quick review on Darwin's theory of evolution. We've all seen the diagram, from Neanderthals to current humans. Let's flip this, shall we? This shows an evident transformation from the modern humans to Neanderthal-like form. Is this not what happens in Lord of the Flies? We start with civilized boys under a leader. Then they progressively get more and more wild until at one point they become savages, but at the end they're rescued, right? So they flip back to civilized humans, right? The main question, what does this resolution mean? Why were they rescued? And more specifically, why by this naval officer? To be honest, I'm not quite sure how the mirror images work for this part either, so we'll go with the common theory. It's to show how adults are in a similar war situation that mirrors the boys' situation. All puns aside, despite the common theory that the theme of the book is the boys' natural inclination towards savagery and also trying to stay civil, I don't think that's it. I believe the theme is showing mirrors between both savagery and civilization, and how some parts of savages can remain civil, while some parts of civilization are just as wild as savagery. It isn't about a fight between evil and good, more about the evil that exists within good and the good that exists within evil. I mean, even Simon, who's constantly labeled as a representation of good, says evil lies within all of them, meaning him as well. Evil within good. And that's the resolution for you, at least according to me. If you have any other ideas about the resolution, I guess you could always comment.